Of course, before you hit the road for the holiday season, AAA is sharing some tips on how to have a safe road trip, especially when that winter weather comes in. Larry Patterson is here, kind of breaking down what we should be doing. I would assume tires, engine check, all of that good stuff.
Absolutely. So there's a checklist you want to go after. First thing you want to do is look at your battery.
Okay.
That's huge this time of year. What you want to do is check for any corrosion, any frayed wires around the battery, and then most importantly, you want to make sure when you turn that battery over, it has a full, strong sounding charge.
Well, and typically too, batteries lose their kind of oomph after about 3 years. And when it gets cold, that puts even more pressure and stress on them, correct?
Absolutely. So that's why there's a cold cranking amp on batteries. What that does is determines how cold the weather is, determine how much power the battery's going to need to turn over in the weather. So as it gets colder, it takes a lot more power for that battery to turn over. Absolutely.
And you don't want to be stuck in the middle of nowhere with a battery, issue.
Worst thing ever.
The worst thing ever. Talk about tires too, and I think that's so important because if you don't know, your tires tend to lose air pressure the colder it is, right?
Absolutely. So as it gets cold outside, the air molecules, they start to shrink. So the colder it gets, you're going to start to see that tire light comes on.
Yeah.
That also determines if the tires need to be replaced, or also determines if there's something in the tire. Maybe you have a nail in the tire, maybe the core is loose, or maybe just clearly it's just low on air. Okay. So that's important. Then also your tread. That's going to be huge this time of year, making sure your tread. A lot of people use the penny method,
yep.
Right? And that works, but the biggest thing you want to make sure how it feels to you. When you're riding on the road and you're in the weather, like wet weather, if the vehicle feels like it's losing traction,
sure,
that's going to determine when you want to have them replaced as well.
Well, and Larry, too, if people want, obviously, their trips to be mapped out for them, you guys do that. You obviously have places you can take the car to, Bob Summerall, and then there's a relationship there as well. It is just important to stay ahead of it and be proactive rather than reactive.
Absolutely. So, like a lot of people don't realize, changing out your wipers to winter weather wipers is huge. That's important. Making sure your headlights are in there. And then also having that emergency kit. So therefore, if you have any issues, if you do fall over and you stop on the road, then you have water, you also have lights, you have maybe some food, things like that, covers, extra blankets, so that way you're safe until AAA can come get you.
Especially if you're traveling with friends or kids or family, it's important to have all of that stuff.
Absolutely, very, very important.
Yeah, so all of that information is, as always, on our website at fox19.com. Larry, thanks, man.
Oh, no
Good to
problem.
see you, man.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate
Good
it.
to see you as well.
So we're going to have that listed on the website.